Hello, listen very carefully. Most people have been following the war between Israel and Iran with a lot of emotions and moral boosting support to either of the two because of what you believe in or reason best known to yourselves, even not understanding both the background facts and current facts and checks about these two countries. So today I'm going to give you the background facts on what you did not know about these two countries and also the current facts about the real outcome of Iran-Israel conflict. Now, fact number one. Most people believe that all Israelis are Jews. What you should know is that not all Jews are Israelis and not all Israelis are Jews. Even though Israel is a Jewish majority country, it also has a significant non-Jewish population, including the Arabs, Christians, and there is another community called the Druses and others. So the word Jews refers to a person who practices the religion called Judaism, which is part of the Jewish ethnic group. While Israeli refers to a citizen of the state of Israel, regardless of their religion or ethnicity. Fact number two. In Israel, the majority of the population practices a religion called Judaism. Judaism is not Christianity. It's totally different. Judaism does not recognize Jesus as the Messiah or the Son of God. They do not believe in death and resurrection of Jesus Christ. And also they do not believe in life after death. According to them, there is no Jesus. There is only God alone in heaven, who is the Lord. So in Israel, therefore, Judaism is practiced by a majority of the population, which is 73.6%, followed by Muslims, who are in 18.1%, and also Christians comes third with 1.9%. And also there is another community called the Druze, who make 1.6%. Majority of Israelis go to worship on Saturday, which they call Sabbath, in a place called synagogue. Fact number three, the term Israeli does not necessarily mean Christians, Muslims, or Jew from Israel. This term Israeli refers to a citizen of the state of Israel, regardless of their religious and ethnic background. So Israel is a diverse community with a mix of Jewish and non-Jewish citizens. So Israel's population includes not only Jewish Israelis, but also a substantial Arab population along with other religious and ethnic minorities. Fact number four. Israel has fought so many wars and never been defeated. Even at one time, Israel fought its neighbors, Egypt, Syria, and Jordan at the same time. These three countries were even having military troops and arms assistance from Iraq, Saudi Arabia, Kuwait, Algeria, Sudan, and Lebanon, and other Arab nations. They were like a total of 10 plus countries in total when they came to support Egypt, Syria, and Jordan. But Israel defeated all of them in just 6 days. And Israel as a country has never experienced serious destructions and damages until 2025 when Iran became their worst nightmare in history. Now, fact number five is about Iran. Iranians are not Arabs. Iranians are primarily Persians or something called Indo-European ethnic group, while Arabs are a distinct ethnic group that speak Arabic in Iran. So although Iran is located in the Middle East, it is not an Arab country and they have their own kind of history, culture and language. They speak something called Farsi or Persian. So 61% of Iranians are Persians, then 16% are Azerbaijanis, 10% are Kurds, then 6% are something called Lurs, then 2% is shared between Arabs and something called Baluchs, and another 2% is for the Turkmen or Turkic, then 1% are the nomadic people in Iran. Remember though, Iran is a total Islamic country with 99.98% Muslims. Fact number six. Apart from Turkey, which is complicated and complex, Iran and Israel are the only non-Arab countries found inside the Middle East, although Israel has like a 20% Arab community. So Iran is located in the Middle East, but it is not part of the Arabian Peninsula, which is the heartland of Arab world. So that partly explains as to why when Israel was fighting Iran, the Arab world was quiet. And when Iran was attacking Israel back, still the Arab countries were quiet because now technically it looked like a war of Jews fighting against the Persians and vice versa. Fact number seven. Israel is the only country which is fully in the Middle East when at the same time they take part in European sporting events. For instance, Israel's national team competes in European football. Also, Israel football clubs also play in UEFA. And remember, Israelis consider themselves to be part of Europe, though they are found fully in the Middle East, in the Sinai Peninsula. So Iran, on the other hand, is the only Persian country which plays in the Persian Gulf Pro League football, when the rest of the countries in that league are Arab countries. Fact number 8. Apart from only the year 2025, Iran has never been in a direct war with Israel. The only time when it was thought that they were fighting Israel was during the Lebanon war, when it was believed that Iran's army was directly assisting the Hezbollah fighters in their attacks on Israel. Another only war that Iran fought directly was the Iraq-Iran war, which was an armed conflict that took 8 years, from 1980 to 1988, when Iraq tried to invade Iran and take their land. But by June 1982, Iran had pounded Iraq and regained back all its lost territories after pushing Iraq forces back to the pre-war borderlines, and the war ended in a stalemate. But remember, Iraq by that time were having deadly weapons of mass destruction, but Iran's army withstood all that. Fact number 9. Now, in the recent Iran-Israel war, we find that Israel, in what they called that Operation Rising Lion, they attacked a number of locations across Iran. First, Israel eliminated Iranian generals and commanders. They were like 20. They also eliminated 6 nuclear scientists. They attacked nuclear sites, military installations, residential areas. They killed many civilians and personnel, and so on. Continue. But to be precise, Israel hit a place called Natanz nuclear facility. Another place was called Esfahan Nuclear Technology Center. Another place was called Arak Nuclear Complex. Another place was Fodol Fuel Enrichment Plant. Another place was Parchin Military Complex. Another place was Iran Centrifuge Technology Company. Another place was Tehran Nuclear Research Center. Another place was a university. It was called Imam Hossein University. Another place was called Shahid Maisami Group of Chemical and Research Complex. Another place was Iran Ministry of Defense. Also, there was another place which was called Organization of Defense and Innovation and Research, something like that in Iran. It was hit. Another place hit was Ministry of Foreign Affairs, Iran Ministry of Justice, Iran Ministry of Intelligence. Also, Iran Law Enforcement Command was also hit. Also, Islamic Republic of Iran Broadcasting Headquarters was also hit. Also, Palestinian Square Countdown Clock was also smashed. Also, there is this Evin prison in Iran was also hit. Also, it is alleged that 24 Iranian military installation facilities, military bases, headquarters, 6 air bases, 13 missile bases, 2 radar installation centers, also 5 oil and fuel facilities in Iran were also hit hard. And also, we are told that Israel did 4 civilian attacks, which included residential areas, factories, hospitals, apartments, and so on. Israel, remember, also made 627 Iranians to lose their lives, and also 4,870 Iranians to get injured. Fact number 10. Iran also, on the other side, attacked more than a dozen of targets, locations across Israel. Iran struck and damaged a place called Kiryat Israel Defense Forces headquarters in Tel Aviv, and also it hit another place called Israel Military Intelligence School in Tel Aviv. Also hit Ministry of Interior in Haifa. Also, Iran missile shockwaves damaged the United States Embassy branch in Tel Aviv. Soroka Medical Center in Israel was hit, and also Iran twice hit Weizmann Institute of Science in Israel. Also, another place called Gaviam Negev Advanced Technology Park also was hit. Another place was called Bazan Oil Refinery Complex in Haifa was hit. Iran also hit Haifa Power Point. Wastewater treatment facility was also hit. Also, Eshkol power station was hit. And since it was also alleged that most targeted military installation and bases in Israel were built very near or maybe under the residential buildings, Iran ended up hitting several residential buildings like in Bat Yam, Tamra residential buildings, Ramat Gan residential buildings, Rishon LeZion residential buildings. Also, there's another place which was called Haifa residential buildings. Iran missile also also struck multiple locations across Israel, causing damages in the northern district, Sair, West Bank, Petah Tikva buildings, Bnei Berak, Israel. There's another place which was called Financial District of Ramat Gan, also Holon residential buildings. There's another place called Beit Shean. Also, Iran repeatedly again struck multiple times buildings in Tel Aviv, Haifa, Beersheba, and Ness Zayona. And also other sites allegedly hit by Iran were Al-Jilal military base in Israel, and also Mossad headquarters Korea base is allegedly hit, and also Ministry of Defense Center, Rafael Defense Systems, and also Ben Gurion Airport, Negev Nuclear Research Center. There's another thing which was called Unit 8200 Operation Headquarters. It is also said that Iran arrested 700 Israeli agents in Iran. Now, here are the bonus facts. It is observed that Israel decided to hide its casualties while Iran was transparent about its casualties. That's why the media was barred from covering further damages and possible deaths in Israel. Sources allege that also some of Israel's top nuclear scientists, top generals, intelligence officers, Mossad agents have been eliminated too by Iran, buried under the rubble, and no one could be allowed to know. So the US leadership lately also admitted that the damage that Iran inflicted on Israel was shocking, with devastating missile strikes which made building after buildings to collapse. Now, some people present in Israel also admitted that Iran fought with unmatched bravery, and also US leadership added by saying that honestly, they admit that yes, we hit hard Iran, but Iran also fought back like no one else could. Another bonus fact is that a German news reporter in Israel said that since that war began, journalists in Israel were banned from accessing real battle zones inside Israel. They were only allowed to report on damaged residential buildings and not military zones, because all the destructions seen in mainstream media in Israel were just residential areas, but not the real destruction. The military one is hidden because Israel defense systems were destroyed, military installations destroyed, but no videos allowed, no TV coverage allowed, no access of journalists allowed. They were only instructed to show only residential buildings damaged and nothing more. So according to that journalist who was present in Israel, says that what we see on mainstream media in Tel Aviv, Haifa, Beersheba, and so on is just 10% of what exactly happened to Israeli military, because no reporter was allowed near any military sites. Anyway, this was a tough encounter for Israel. The Operation Rising Lion conducted by Israel was instead Rising a Sleeping Lion in Iran, which attacked Israel beyond their expectation. Others say that Israel met their match. Others say that Israel got a taste of their own medicine. But we hope that the ceasefire stands. Kindly subscribe to my YouTube channel for more exclusive information beyond this. Till next time, bye-bye.